Hate Oatling, Joe Giudice begs President Trump for pardon. Former RHONG House husband Joe Giudice is begging President Donald Trump for a pardon. He spent 41 months in prison for bankruptcy fraud and was eventually forced to leave America. The father of four now lives and works in the Bahamas. So what exactly did he say to the president? Keep reading for more details. Joe Giudice begs President Trump for pardon. It has been 5 years since RHONG star Joe Giudice was released from prison and deported back to Italy. For his family, it was terrifying, as they had been fighting for him to stay in America. He was still married to Teresa Giudice, who was raising their 4 children in New Jersey. She had also served time for their fraud convictions, but for less than a year. When Joe was sent to Italy, his wife and daughters traveled to see him, but he was asked for a divorce. It was clear that his time behind bars had changed everyone and caused a lot of distance. Now in the Bahamas, Joe's girls can come and see him whenever they want, plus he has started his own business endeavors. He promotes them vigorously on social media, and he even had a short merch drop. Now he is desperate to return to America, so he is begging President Donald Trump for a pardon. Joe shared a slide of snaps, old and new, to illustrate how important his family is to him. He then added that he just wanted to be able to travel and see his girls again. The former RHONG star finished his message off by stating how much he respected the president. It makes sense that he would go this route, as a pardon was just granted to reality stars Todd and Julie Chrisley. The couple was serving a collective 19 years behind bars, but their daughter worked tirelessly to get them released. Savannah Chrisley campaigned with President Trump and did not stop until Todd and Julie were home. Can it happen? This is a very real possibility that Joe Giudice could get a pardon from President Trump. He was willing to listen to Savannah Chrisley's pleas over her parents and respected her family. Therefore, he ultimately pardoned them and could not wait to get them released within 24 hours. The RHONG family has struggled with Joe being away, and he is showing his respect to President Trump. That could bode well for him, and many of his followers felt very good about him getting a pardon. He received support from his ex-wife, as well as their daughters. Of course, some followers felt that this could not happen and questioned why Joe did not become a citizen when he had the chance. These questions could be asked for days, but now all Joe wants is to be able to come and go as he pleases. In a twist that even the most die-hard Real Housewives of New Jersey fans couldn't script, Joe Giudice, ex-husband of Teresa Giudice and notorious reality TV bad boy, has made a shocking and very public plea to former President Donald Trump for a full pardon. Yes, a pardon. In 2025, years after serving his sentence, years after being deported to Italy, Joe Giudice wants back in. And he's asking the one person he believes can make it happen, the Donald himself. The bold request came via a 3-minute video Joe posted to his Instagram, standing in front of a Roman fountain with all the solemnity of a man on a diplomatic mission. President Trump, he begins, voice quivering with theatrical sincerity, I'm asking you, man to man, family man to family man, Italian to Italian, please, help me come home. My girls need me. Cue the internet explosion. The comeback king. It's no secret Joe Giudice has been plotting a comeback since the moment his plane touched down in Rome in 2019. After serving 41 months in prison for mail, wire, and bankruptcy fraud, the Bravo alum was deported under strict immigration laws targeting felons. Since then, he's bounced between Italy and the Bahamas, slinging pasta dishes, sharing shirtless selfies, and making appearances on Italian TV. But none of that has scratched the itch. Joe misses America. More specifically, he misses New Jersey, and everything that came with it. His daughters, his former life, the fame, and maybe even the drama. This isn't about politics. Joe insisted in a follow-up post featuring a photoshopped image of him and Trump shaking hands across a Mar-a-Lago buffet table. This is about justice. I paid my debt. I just want to be a father American again. The Trump-Giudice connection. At first glance, Joe's appeal might seem like a long shot, But delve into the archives, and the Trump-Giudice connection isn't as far-fetched as it appears. In 2012, Teresa Giudice famously competed on The Celebrity Apprentice, where she got close to Trump and made it all the way to week 12 before getting the boot. Back then, Trump praised Teresa for her tenacity and business savvy. And while Joe never appeared on the show, he was often in the headlines during that same period, thanks to his headline-grabbing legal troubles. Fast forward to today, and Joe's banking on that once-thin Bravo bond to pull him back across the Atlantic. Mr. Trump helped Kim Kardashian get people out of prison, Joe's lawyer said in a recent interview. He helped Lil Wayne. Why not Joe Giudice? This is a family man who made mistakes, not a danger to society. The lawyer, who declined to give his name but confirmed he watches RHONJ religiously, says paperwork has already been filed for a special executive clemency request should Trump retake office in 2025. Teresa's reaction. Complicated, of course. So what does Teresa Giudice, Joe's ex-wife and RHONJ superstar, think of the plea? She's processing, said a source close to the reality icon. She was surprised. She had no idea Joe was going to go public with this, but she understands he wants to be close to their daughters. They've been through so much. The former couple shares 4 daughters, Gia, Gabriella, Melania, and Adriana, who have grown up largely without their father since his deportation. Gia, now a law school graduate and vocal social media advocate, reposted her dad's video with a string of emojis. Fans are divided. Some cheered the move, calling it a father's fight for redemption. Others rolled their eyes, claiming it's just another Giudice media grab for relevance. One Bravo fan account commented, "I didn't have Joe Giudice begs Trump for pardon on my 2025 Housewives bingo card, but here we are." Andy Cohen weighs in. It didn't take long for Watch What Happens live host Andy Cohen to comment. "It's so Joe," he said during a BravoCon panel in Las Vegas. Only Joe Giudice could go from flipping tables and flipping properties to flipping the Constitution for a second chance. He added with a wink, "If Trump actually pardons him, we're filming season 1 of The Real House Husbands of Trenton. You heard it here first." Legal experts are skeptical. Despite the headlines and hashtags, immigration attorneys say Joe's chances are slim, even if Trump does return to office. "He's already been deported," said immigration lawyer Sarah Klein. "That's a very difficult thing to reverse. And presidential pardons don't automatically restore someone's immigration status. Joe would need a full legal team and probably a miracle." But Joe seems undeterred. In his latest video, posted from a soccer field in Naples, he declared, "America is in my blood. I never stopped loving it. I made mistakes, but I'm still Joe from Jersey. I just want to come home." He then kicked a soccer ball into the camera and declared, "Let's go Trump. You know I got your back." Bravo fans react. Meme heaven. Naturally, the Bravo fandom is having a field day. Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram are flooded with memes showing Joe Giudice on the campaign trail, Joe at the White House, Joe running through Newark Airport in slow motion. One viral TikTok features Joe in a clip from RHONJ Season 4 yelling, "I didn't do anything," with the caption, "When you asked Trump for a pardon but forgot you already pled guilty." Even SNL swooshed the moment, casting a sweaty, track-suited Joe talking foreign policy with Melania in the White House kitchen over spaghetti. What happens next? According to insiders, Joe is hoping to speak directly with Trump's team. Rumors are swirling that a Mar-a-Lago meeting may already be in the works, especially as Trump continues to flirt with high-profile endorsements and media attention during his political resurgence. And while no official word has come from Trump's camp yet, an anonymous aide told the New York Post, "We've seen the video. It's unique. But anything's possible in 2025. For now, Joe Giudice remains in exile, armed with hope, hashtags, and maybe a little bit of delusion. But if reality TV has taught us anything, it's that stranger things have happened, especially when the Giudices and the Trumps are involved. To be continued.